Saftena pura esteno. Pufta inamika.
He works at the mine too. He says that one of his friends has also contracted stigma. Some victims were taken to the hospital. Many have already passed away.
It's worse than I imagined.
So the mine he's talking about, is it nearby?
Eftereshan Estino?
Tonpon buase.
He says it's about a 2-hour walk from here.
We suspect that there's a relationship between the mine and stigma.
I think that's a reasonable conclusion. But since so many of the villagers work at the mine, it'll be hard to prove it. So this is where the mine workers live. It's a poor village, but things have gotten better since the mine was built. However, the villagers only receive a tiny fraction of the profits.
Who owns the mine?
The government. But they sold the mining rights to an international corporation, so a lot of foreigners come and go. It's also been the target of guerrilla attacks.
What about the victims of stigma?
Epi Kahini Chui Andaya?
Ado hipko and ansi.
He doesn't know the exact number, but there are more than a few.
Tell him to bring some of them to the Army's camp. We'll operate once we're through examining them. And also, tell them not to worry about the cost, because the President is footing the bill.
Doctor, we're done setting up the operating tent.
Thank you, Commander. What's the status of each patient, Marcus?
There are 3 who need to be opened up immediately. Let's do one right after the other.
Pepita, it's your job to guard the tent, okay?
Maria, these are going to be intense operations. Will you be alright?
Yes, I'm feeling a little better now.
Watch carefully, okay? This is a complicated procedure that you'll need to learn.
This will be a race against time.
It's not gonna...
Okay, let's begin operating on the first patient. This strain of stigma is Soma.
We begin by draining the cellular tissue around the main section, right?
The core is exposed. Use the laser on it. The laser is working. It split up. Just a little more. Use the laser on the remaining hardened tissue, then extract it. The first patient has been treated. Let's move on to the next patient. We're going faster than we planned. Amazing! Move on to the second patient. The stigma is brachial.
We'll need to extract...
If we crush the grapplers with the forceps, the toxins will be slowed. complete. The grapplers have grown back. Remove the tips. Let's extract them as many times as we need. Disappeared. That's 2 operations completed successfully. Just 1 more to go. Incredible! We're working much more quickly than anticipated. The 3rd type is Ops. This is our last patient.
Well, at least we don't have some idiot with a microphone shouting at us today. We'll be able to focus.
Confirming the presence of Ops. Use the laser on the core. Drain the discharged material. We're almost done. Use the laser on the large discharge. The tissue has formed a tumor. Burn it with a laser. Tumor burst! The core split! Hurry and incinerate them both! Has disappeared. Just a little more.
Not yet.
Continuous operations on Stigma, but we can't relax yet. Close up the last patient. I can't believe we finished so fast. You really are amazing.
I hope that our operations today will lead to the advancement of medicine in this country.
Don't worry, I'm sure they will. Well, Maria, think you can remember all that?
I've memorized the steps, but I'm not sure if I'll be able to perform the operation.
What's most important is for you to discover your own talents. Don't put so much pressure on yourself that you have a nervous breakdown.
You know, there's one thing that's been bothering me.
What's that?
Why was the outbreak here so sudden? If it had something to do with Colurium, then it should have happened sooner. I just don't get it. Why now? Anyway, we need to have a look at that mine. Let's go talk to the commander.
Nasibo edasor. Ria hipka siri noma.
He says he'd be glad to tell us the way to the mine. He also says thank you for saving the villagers.
That's nice to hear. But tell him that we still have a ways to go before stigma can be prevented.
My men and I will escort you there, but it's a dangerous area. We should avoid staying there too long.
There's no reason to worry. We have Pepita with us, remember? Besides, it's pretty important.
Oh, Tofturi Pasamika.
He says that since we have a dog, this might help. It's a towel used by one of the mine workers. Ah, this'll keep us on the right track. What is it, Pepita? Is something out there?
Let her be. She's probably just barking at shadows. But I have to admit, I'm a little disappointed. I wasn't expecting this mine to look so ordinary.
According to Robert, this is the world's only deposit where special microorganisms live in the ore. He also told me that its formation has something to do with bionic alloying.
Let's bring a sample back with us, even though we already have some of the imported metal. Valerie, do you think that the stigma here occurred naturally?
This is a unique environment, although the ore's been mined here in the past. Regardless, stigma is a bizarre organism. My guess is that it was intentionally introduced to the area.
But for what reason?
Well...
Remember what that bastard Kidman said? Stigma would be the ultimate weapon there. What if this place was targeted?
The mine?
Yeah, considering the amount of profit it generates, it wouldn't be surprising if they showed up here. Besides, this is the perfect place to test stigma.
You're suggesting that Kidman's involved somehow?
Pepita?
We're under attack! Return fire! I don't see them anywhere!
Pepita tried to protect us and...
No, Pepita, stay back!
Isn't there anything you can do for her, Doctor?
She'll go into shock and die at this rate. We have no choice.
Well, we're not vets, but we gotta give it a shot.
It's all right, Pepita. We'll save you. Let's stay calm and talk this through. Multiple pellets have struck her abdomen. We've seen this before.
It's a shotgun wound. Looks like she was shot from a distance, though.
None of the pellets went all the way through, so they must be embedded inside her. Our goal, then, is to extract the pellets, but have either of you operated on a dog before?
Never in my life, but it can't be all that different.
Let's remove as many pellets as possible without opening her up, and then suture the wounds.
Got it. I'll do my best to help. Please save her.
All right, let's help this brave girl.
No! She's going into
Get out the defibrillator.
But it's designed for humans!
We've got no choice. Just lower the voltage.
Here you go. You know what to do.
I've lowered the voltage.
No pulse yet, but your timing... Yes! We have a pulse!
But there's hemorrhaging. We need...
Right, or she'll...
Keep an eye on the electrocardiogram, too. She may go into cardiac arrest again.
I see a pellet. Please extract it before the wound hemorrhages again.
Something's wrong with her
Now, we need to treat the wound.
Wait! Don't do anything yet.
She's flatlining. Please use the defibrillator.
Okay, calm down. All right, her pulse is back. Let's continue the procedure.
That takes care of this one. Please get started on the next.
Phew.
But her vitals aren't stabilizing.
There must be another hemorrhage somewhere. Doctor, something's wrong. Keep looking. We've removed all the pellets. I don't see...
Let's get her back to camp.
She's going into cardiac arrest? We can't let her die now.
We have a pulse. Looks like we bought ourselves a little more time.
Let's get back to camp and leave the rest to the pro.
Good job. I don't think we could have done anything more. You're gonna be all right, Pepita.
I wonder if she has any idea at all what we're saying.
I'm sure she knows we mean well.
Yeah, maybe so.
Don't move, Pepita.
I'm glad it turned out okay.
This is Sergeant Major Lopez. What seems to be the problem? What? Regroup immediately! Doctors, we have a situation. We have to get back to camp immediately.
What's going on?
The guerrillas have attacked. A full-on battle's broken out.